What if the Social Security benefits you've been relying on could suddenly increase by hundreds of dollars each month? Recent changes in the law might just make that happen. But how exactly will these changes affect you? In today's video, we're diving deep into the massive reforms that just took place in Social Security law, specifically the repeal of the Windfall Elimination Provision, WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, GPO. We'll explain how these provisions used to impact your benefits and, more importantly, how their elimination will change things moving forward. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what these changes mean for your retirement and how to navigate the new Social Security landscape with confidence. Welcome to Financial Area, the channel where we break down complex financial issues into clear, actionable advice. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a vital update. The Social Security Fairness Act, recently passed by Congress, marks a historic shift in the way Social Security benefits are calculated for public sector workers. The law focuses on the repeal of two provisions that have long been a source of frustration for employees in government jobs, like teachers, police officers, and other public servants. These provisions, known as the Windfall Elimination Provision, WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, GPO, have significantly reduced the benefits for individuals who earn pensions through government employment while also qualifying for Social Security from other work. Historically, WEP and GPO were designed to prevent people from receiving more Social Security benefits than they had earned by working in jobs that were covered under the program. However, for public sector workers who didn't pay into Social Security through their government jobs, these provisions unfairly reduced their benefits. Workers who qualified for Social Security through other employment found that their monthly payouts were dramatically reduced, sometimes by hundreds of dollars, due to WEP. Similarly, GPO had a profound impact on the spousal and survivor benefits of individuals with government pensions, often leading to a complete elimination of benefits that would otherwise have been available to them. These changes have been particularly challenging for retirees in public service careers who have worked hard for their pensions and often relied on the idea that they would also receive Social Security benefits in retirement. Now, with the repeal of WEP and GPO, a significant weight has been lifted from millions of public sector workers, as they will no longer face the unfair reductions in their benefits. This reform aims to provide more equitable treatment for those who have devoted their careers to public service. The Windfall Elimination Provision, WEP, has been one of the most contentious aspects of Social Security for public sector workers, particularly those in fields like teaching, law enforcement, and public administration. WEP was designed to reduce Social Security benefits for people who worked in jobs where they paid into Social Security for part of their career, but also received a pension from a government job where they did not contribute to Social Security. The theory behind WEP was to prevent individuals from receiving larger benefits than they had earned. However, for many, the implementation of WEP felt like an unfair penalty, especially when workers had substantial careers in non-government jobs before entering public service. Under the old rules, a worker could see their monthly Social Security benefit drastically reduced, sometimes by more than half. For example, someone might have expected a Social Security payout of $1,065 per month, but due to WEP, that benefit could be slashed down to just $478. The reduction was not just a minor adjustment, it was a major financial blow, especially for retirees who had already planned their finances around a specific monthly benefit. While the exact reduction varied based on a number of factors, including the number of years worked in a job covered by Social Security and the amount of earnings accumulated, the overall impact was devastating for many. Some individuals, after a lifetime of working and contributing to Social Security through other jobs, found that they could no longer rely on the benefit they had anticipated. The new law eliminates this provision, meaning that public sector workers who also worked in other Social Security-covered jobs will no longer see their benefits reduced in this way. While WEP's impact was significant, there were some exemptions and adjustments that lessened its effects for certain workers. Those who had 30 or more years of substantial earnings, meaning that they had worked in jobs covered by Social Security for at least 30 years, were exempt from WEP and saw no reduction in their benefits. For workers with 21 to 29 years of substantial earnings, the reduction in benefits was gradually phased out, but these exceptions were limited and still left many public sector workers facing a reduced payout, regardless of how much they had contributed over their lifetime. On the other hand, the Government Pension Offset, GPO, affected spouses and survivors who were entitled to Social Security benefits based on their spouse's earnings. GPO reduced or completely eliminated these benefits if the individual also had a pension from a government job where they did not pay into Social Security. For instance, a woman who had worked as a teacher for most of her career and earned a government pension would see her spousal or survivor benefits severely reduced or wiped out entirely because her government job didn't include Social Security contributions. This led to situations where spouses, particularly widows or widowers, found themselves in financial distress because the benefits they expected from their spouse's Social Security were offset by the GPO. In extreme cases, an individual might have had their entire spousal benefit eliminated, leaving them without much needed income in retirement. For many individuals, the GPO felt especially unfair because it impacted spouses who had worked in other sectors that did contribute to Social Security. They were entitled to spousal or survivor benefits, but those benefits were reduced based on the pension of their spouse, which had no connection to Social Security contributions. The repeal of the GPO along with WEP is a major shift toward providing more equitable benefits for public sector employees and their families, ensuring they no longer face financial hardship due to provisions that many felt were unjust and overly punitive. The repeal of both the Windfall Elimination Provision, WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, GPO, brings significant changes for millions of public sector workers and their families, particularly retirees. With these provisions now eliminated, workers who had previously faced substantial reductions in their Social Security benefits can expect more accurate and fairer calculations. For many, this means that they will see an increase in their monthly Social Security payouts, which could be hundreds of dollars more than they were receiving before the repeal. Public sector workers such as teachers, law enforcement officers, and government employees who also worked in Social Security-covered jobs will no longer see their benefits penalized for having a government pension. As a result, those who had been relying on a reduced Social Security benefit for retirement can now expect a more equitable amount based on their total earnings. However, while the repeal of WEP and GPO is a victory for fairness in Social Security, there are concerns about the long-term solvency of the Social Security program. With millions of public sector workers now receiving higher benefits than they would have under the old system, the increased payouts could place additional pressure on the already strained Social Security trust funds. Experts have predicted that, without significant changes, the program could face funding shortfalls as early as 2033 rather than 2035, as had previously been estimated. This accelerated depletion of Social Security funds raises alarms about the program's ability to meet its obligations to all beneficiaries in the future. These changes, while positive for those affected, could contribute to an increased deficit, further complicating the broader conversation around Social Security reform. For retirees who are impacted by these changes, it is crucial to stay informed and prepared. While the repeal of WEP and GPO is a significant win, the process of updating benefit calculations could take some time. The Social Security Administration will need to adjust records and reprocess benefits for millions of individuals, which could lead to delays in receiving updated payouts. Retirees should be patient and ensure they stay in contact with the Social Security Administration to track any changes to their benefits. For those relying on these funds to cover their day-to-day expenses, these delays could create temporary financial strain. It is wise for retirees to keep their financial plans flexible, knowing that the exact timing of their increased benefits may not align perfectly with their immediate financial needs. In addition to staying informed, retirees should also be proactive about understanding how these changes impact their overall retirement strategy. The increased Social Security benefits could allow some individuals to adjust their retirement savings plans, potentially reducing the need for supplemental income sources or allowing for a more comfortable retirement.